In this video, I'm going to show how to tie not necessarily a fly, but what I call the worm. And I saw it from a YouTube video, is where I learned it. I don't remember what hook that they used in the video, but what I found, and I found these at Walmart, is a size 1 drop shot hook. So that's the brand, package of 15 of them. And so I've done a couple different things with these to make them look different ways. It's performed the same. You can use it with a fly rod. You can also use it just with a regular spin cast. When I first started tying them, because what you'll need is some white thread, and this is, it's like an old wooden spool. This is actually 100%, and to drop it, 100% polyester. I got these at Hobby Lobby. They've worked. A lot of the flies that I tie, I'm using those spools and stuff. Like here's a blue one. So that's what I'm using for this one. It's 100% polyester thread, and then permanent markers. And so I choose, the pink, the peach. You can use like a magenta, and then brown. And then with the different ways that I've experimented with this and stuff, and I'll explain it as I go through. You'll also need, or you may want, some sort of a scud clear wrap. When I first started making these, I made, I used this. So this is like an old, the White River brand, and it's a scud back 1/8 inch clear. I was given a couple packages of these. I don't know if, because I know this is an old package, was this actually clear, and over time it, sort of turned white, or was this clear at the time of the package when it was made? I don't know. So I started making them with this, and I liked it. And then as I went to purchase more, all I found was, actual clear. So I think that what I was originally using was just aged. If you want to, you can use, like this is a light gray, and so you can kind of see, maybe you see it in the video. So it's here. Maybe it helped if I held that. So you can see it's darker. And then another option could be brown. And this is brown stone is what this. So you could use these different ones if you want to. You don't have to use these, and I'll again explain that as I get to it. I am going to use the clear on today's video. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the white thread and just start going down the hook shank. And there's probably, I want to say the YouTube video that I saw when the person tied this, there was more of a bend to the hook. And I've taken some longer shank hooks that I had, and I kind of bent them lightly, because I did snap some of them, but I would bend them sort of in a obtuse Z pattern to see if that would kind of look better, and they kind of work. The performance really wasn't that much different. So I found these, like I said, at Walmart, and they work fine. It's a smaller worm, and you can go back further down the bend of the hook if you wanted to. I'm just going to, for the sake of this, just do this portion. When you get here on a worm, they have that, I don't even know what part it is and stuff, the collar or the part that kind of sticks out more. If you wanted to weigh the hook down, you could use any kind of wire, and you could put that, wrap 3 or 4 wraps around it there, and then cover everything in the thread. I've done that. I've also done what I'm doing here, because I didn't have any wire handy, is I'm just going to use more thread, and I'm just going to build up a band, a collar, again, I don't know what it's called, but I'm just going to kind of build that lump of thread there. It's a lot of thread, so just whatever you'd like to do. So I'm going to go down here to the bend of the hook, kind of just hang it off there. So then I'm going to take the marker, and I'm just going to go over different parts of it. So there's the peach, here's pink, and of course every time you do one of these, it may look a little bit different, depending on, if you're coloring it different every time. I've had some of these that ended up turning out, pretty realistic looking. And then I've had others that were just like, yeah, that's not quite right. And I think I'm going to use peach again. I don't think I'm going to use the magenta on this one. Which I actually should have tied on the clear scud and then moved the thread to the front. But you can actually just do this with thread, then tie it off, and then coat it in UV resin, coat it in Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails, super glue. You can do any of that and just leave it only as thread and a sealant. I've done that. But as you can see, hopefully, so you can see what it looks like, just as thread, but I'll just show you what this looks like with the scud back on it. And I still got one long piece, so let's loop. I'm going to go over with the marker again. Like I said, I should have did that earlier. Okay, so, and I'm going to, first I'm going to kind of get control of this. I'm going to say I'm getting control of this and then drop it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and guess it's probably going to take that much. Okay, so now I'm going to go over it, and the spirals are going to kind of barely overlap. I'm pulling it sort of tighter so that it does adhere or press down on the thread pretty well. Then like 3 wraps behind it, 1, 2, 3 in front of it, and 1 behind it, and then cut it off as tight as I can get it, kind of pulled out of there. That little tag, I'm gonna kind of push it back and then a couple loops over it, and I'm gonna do a half hitch and a second half hitch. There we go. Cut that off really close, and then a little bit more marker onto the thread. So, you know, and you know, even at this point, you could put on some super glue or something there and just hold it. Which actually I think I'll do that this time instead of the Sally Hansen's. I'm going to do some of this Gorilla Glue. Get some of this extra off. There, and then just kind of brush it on there. Just making sure I coat the whole thing so you'll have that sort of clear shine to it, which might attract fish. And you know, this could be used, you know, again and again and again. You know, even if the fish bites it, because you know it's fake. So you know, you'll still have this to use a lot more. And like I said, I've experimented again with the wire, with the wrap, without the wrap, and most of the ones that I've made are just the thread with some sort of a sealant over it. But I just want to show you what it looks like with the wrap, so you can kind of, you know, decide, you know, do you want to use it or not. It's not focusing. And also, like I said, you know, you could have it come further down the bend, so it looks like a larger worm. But I would say, you know, this still, you know, how it looks and stuff, this would still work for bass, crappie, bluegill. Who knows, might even get a catfish on that. But that's what I call the worm. It's a pretty neat design, pattern. So, you know, if you've tried that before and maybe did something different than what I mentioned, you know, let me know in the comments below. If you make one of these and, you know, you go out fishing with it and stuff, tell me your experience. You know, did it work for you? You know, why or why not? So, but yeah, again, thank you for watching.